and welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are so excited to be introducing our platform pop-up cloud wraparound die, and we're also going to be introducing our platform pop-up cloud inserts. These are both created to work with our original platform pop-up die, and they turn it into this beautiful, cloudy, fun scene that is just so cool, and I can't wait to show you how it all works together. So first up, we're going to take a look at the cloud wraparound. You're going to die cut 2 of those cloud wraparounds to wrap it around your platform pop-up. And I love that there's also this cute little rainbow and clouds that are included in the die, and we're going to show you how to use those too. Then this is the cloud insert, which comes with the little inserts that are very familiar if you've used the platform pop-up before, but it also has this large insert that we can't wait to show you and some individual clouds as well. We're going to start off by die cutting the original platform main base piece and T-shape pieces, and we're going to cut 2 of each of these. And now if you've never made a platform pop-up before, make sure to check out our intro to platform pop-up video. We'll link it in the description below. So now we have our 2 main base pieces and our 2 T-shape pieces, and we are going to fold along all of the score lines that the die created for us on these 2 main base pieces. And you'll see that both pieces are going to look identical. So we're going to flip those over so that we're looking at the inside of them. We'll put one of them aside, and we're going to take one of those T-shaped pieces out. And this T-shaped piece also has a score line that the die creates for you at the very bottom, so we're going to fold back along that line. And then we're going to take some 1/4-inch double-sided tape, and we're going to add it right below that score line there on the T-shaped piece, and then we're going to add it on this little tab that's on the platform pop-up, just like that. Then we're going to take the T-shaped piece and we're going to flip it over and we're going to add it into the slot of the platform pop-up. Then we're going to make sure that it's nice and flush against the edge, and then we're going to fold along that first big score line on the platform pop-up. Once again, we'll pull there to make sure that the whole thing is nice and flush against the edge. Then we can peel up the liner paper and push down, attaching our T-shaped piece onto the base. Then we're going to peel up the liner paper on the next piece of adhesive, and we're going to fold along that next big fold and then secure that tab down, creating this cool 3-dimensional piece. Then we're going to repeat the same exact thing again. So we're going to take the main base piece and our T-shaped piece. We're going to add some 1/4-inch double-sided tape onto the T-shaped piece and then onto the tab onto the platform pop-up main base piece. Then we're going to take that T-shaped piece, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to add it through the slot of the platform pop-up. Then we're going to go ahead and fold along that first big score line, and we're going to pull on that T-shaped piece, making sure that it's nice and flush with the edge. Then we can peel up the liner paper on that T-shaped piece and press down to secure it in place. Next, we're going to peel up the liner paper on that other piece of adhesive, and then we're going to fold along that next big fold line and secure that tab down, creating our second 3-dimensional piece. Now, the next thing that we need to do is attach these together. So you'll see that there's a little tab on either side, and we're going to add some more 1/4-inch double-sided tape to those tabs on both of these pieces. Then what we're going to do is we're going to line the 2 pieces up together, and we're going to kind of butt them up together. And then once they're lined up perfectly, we can push down on that tab and secure that in place. Now it's time for the main event. We're going to bring the platform pop-up cloud inserts main piece here, and we're going to be adding some tape to this piece. And it's going to be going in the center of the platform pop-up. So we're going to flip this piece over, and we're going to add 2 pieces of that 1/4-inch double-sided tape below that stitched line there. So you have that stitched line of the cloud. We're going to add that tape below the line, and then we can peel up that liner paper, and now we're going to be adding this to the center of the platform pop-up. So what we're going to do is line up that edge there where that stitched line of the cloud is with the top part of the platform pop-up. And a nice way to do this is to actually kind of push the platform pop-up up so that you kind of have it nice and like 3-dimensional, and then you can really see exactly where to line it up. So the bottom part of the cloud is going to line up with the top of that main base piece, and then you can press down and secure it. Now we're going to start putting the platform pop-up together like we always have done before. So we're going to add some of that 1/4-inch double-sided tape to the other main platform piece there. And then we're going to peel up that liner paper, and then we'll fold the whole thing in half, just like we've done before when you create other platform pop-ups. And that's going to secure that cloud piece in the center of the platform pop-up. Then there's that one last tab with some adhesive on it. We're going to peel up that liner paper and then tuck that tab in, and that's going to be the final part of creating the platform pop-up. Now we can push up from the bottom, and now in the center there is this super cool, tall, three-dimensional cloud piece that is just amazing. I love how it looks. It's just so much fun. Now, the cloud insert also comes with these little individual cloud pieces that work a lot like the hill and grass that are included in the original platform pop-up. So just like those, we're going to flip it over and we're going to add 1/8" double-sided tape to the back and bottom of each of those cloud pieces. Then we'll be able to add these clouds to the T-shape pieces that we added to the platform pop-up earlier. So we'll peel up that liner paper, and then you can just line it right up with that T-shape piece, and it's just going to line up perfectly. And so we're going to do that both in the front of the clouds and the back of the clouds, and it's going to really just add to this fun, like, puffy cloud feel, so it really feels like you're up in the sky because there's just clouds everywhere, which is so cool. Now that we've added our cloud inserts, we wanted to add more clouds to this, and that's where the cloud wraparound comes in. So we've die cut 2 of these pieces, and we're going to fold along the score lines that the die has created for us. Next, we're going to add some adhesive to the outside of the tabs, and we're just using a blue highlighter here to show you exactly where that adhesive is going to go because the tape is white and the clouds are white, so it's a little hard to see, but you're going to add it right on the outside tab there, just like that, right next to the score line that you folded. Then we're going to peel up the liner paper on one of those tabs, and we're going to line up the clouds, and you'll see that it's really easy to line them up because you're going to just form that full cloud. And then to attach the other one is even easier because all you need to do is just kind of fold it in half. So we're going to peel up the liner paper on that last tab, and then we can just fold the whole thing in half, and that's going to secure it in place. And now you'll see that we have this kind of little round cloud piece that's the shape of the platform pop-up, and it's going to be almost like a little belly band. It's going to fit right over the platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the platform flat, and then we're going to add some tape runner there to either side. And you'll see this is just to the top sides of it, not to the bottom part, just the part where the wraparound is going to attach. Now we're going to take that wraparound and we're just going to layer that over top of the clouds. And you'll see as you push it down, it's going to line up perfectly and it'll kind of hit your thumbs just like that. So it's super, super easy to line up. And as you push up from the bottom, now we have this beautiful cloudy card. And I love by adding the wraparound, almost feels like paper dolls, like we've dressed up the platform pop-up for this beautiful cloudy scene. Now, one of my other favorite parts of this die is this adorable rainbow that it comes with. So we went ahead and die cut that out a bunch of colors of cardstock, and we're going to layer this on there. Now, this is a really, really cute as this kind of little corner rainbow right on the edge of the platform pop-up. It's also really, really cute layered behind that cloud insert in the center too. You can kind of have the rainbow coming out from the clouds. So you can use one rainbow like we did here, and you'll just see just how cute this is when you do the platform pop-up. It just looks like this just adorable rainbow, and it adds a lot of bright color to the card. But, oh, and you can add a cute little cloud too that the wraparound comes with. But the other thing that you can do is you can actually complete the rainbow on the next panel of the platform pop-up. So that's what we're going to do now. So we die cut those same colors of cardstock again, and we're just going to line up those pieces. So you're going to push the platform flat, and then you're just going to line up each of the arches to create this continuous rainbow look. And then once we have the purple, you'll see the rainbow is complete. So you can just use one part of it or you can do both. And as you push it from the bottom, you can see just how cute that is. I love that it continues the rainbow design all the way on to the next panel. And then there's these adorable little clouds that you can use or not. And so we're going to layer those on to the rainbow, and that's a really, really sweet look too. I just love the beautiful stitch detail on this. It's so pretty. It's gorgeous just out of white cardstock, although we're going to show you some other ways to use it with pattern paper and inking later on in the video too. Now, we'd already made this beautiful cloudy scene, so what it needed was the Fly High stamp set. So we have these beautiful hot air balloons, and we've layered in that cute little elephant into the hot air balloon, and we're going to add that now into this fun cloudy design. So we're going to layer the larger hot air balloon and the smaller one, and we can add them right into that middle cloud insert, which is going to give us a beautiful height. And then we're going to add the cute little elephant and mouse that come in the Fly High stamp set looking up at the hot air balloons, but they're sitting in the clouds, which I think is so very sweet. Next, we're going to stamp out a sentiment from the Fly High stamp set that says, "I'm here to lift you up," in some merman ink, and we're going to die cut that with a large sentiment banner. Then we're going to add some tape runner to the back and we're going to layer that right onto the platform. And I love how the banner is overlapping the rainbow a little bit. And then what we're going to do is just take some scissors and trim off any of the excess. And this is a really cute way to add a sentiment. And I love the kind of tone on tone look with the banner, but how it overlaps into the rainbow. I just think it looks really special. And now the card is all done. It is so super cute. I love the dramatic look as you push the platform pop-up up and you see those clouds and hot air balloons just appear. It's so pretty and so beautiful. And next up, Shari is just going to blow you away with her Really Great Day platform pop-up card. So take it away, Shari.
To create my platform pop-up card today, I'm cutting the main platform pop-up base from a piece of blue spiffy speckles paper. So that's going to be the base of my platform pop-up. And then you can see here I've cut the wraparound clouds and the clouds inserts from the other side of the paper. Now I did decide later to change the clouds that wrap around to be the blue side of the paper, and you'll see that here in just a little bit when I start to assemble. I'm folding on all of the score lines that the die creates and just reinforcing those with my bone folder. And I'll do that to both of these pieces. And then I will put some double-sided adhesive tape onto the little tabs where they're going to connect. Now I can assemble the main part of my platform pop-up, and I'm just going to peel off the liner tape from the little tab on the side and line up these two pieces. I'm using my grid mat to make sure they're straight. And before I enclose the box, I'm going to assemble the two little platforms. So I've pulled the tape off that long tab and I'm just folding it up to where it lays flat. And then I have the most of my box assembled. I do want to do some inserts before I completely enclose it. So I have one of the T pieces cut out. I'm folding the bottom along the score line. I added a little piece of thin adhesive tape across the top, which is where I'm going to put the cloud insert. And then I'll add a little piece on the bottom, and this is going to hold it inside the box. So I'll just peel off that liner paper and tuck that little tab down into the slot. Now this is facing away from me so that it's facing the front of the box. And then I can just make sure that is adhered down to the bottom. Now for the other insert that has all the clouds stacked on top of each other, you just put some adhesive on that big tab in the middle, and this is going to get sandwiched between the two pieces of the platform pop-up box. So I've just adhered that to one of those faces. I'm adding some adhesive all over that face, and then I will line the two up to each other. And then I can pull off that liner paper and completely enclose my box, and now I have these fun clouds. Now here is where I changed it up and I cut the cloud wraparounds out of the same pattern paper, but this time I'm letting the colored side face out and the white side face in. I just felt like it was a little too much white, and I like the contrast of the white in the box to the blue on the outside of the box. But I'm not going to adhere those just yet. I am going to do a little bit of work. So I've got my two stamp sets that I am using for my images, which is Fly High and Really Great Day. And I'm using colors inspired by the colors in the Really Rainbow Stripes. And I thought I would show you here the colors that I use to color all my images. Now I've colored them and cut them out using those colors from my paper. And then with this little strip of paper, I'm going to cut out the raffle ticket border die. And I'm going to be cutting two out of this little scrap. And I'm just lining one side up, so I'm going to have the fifth ticket on the end. It's just going to be a piece of a ticket. And I cut two of these, and then I am putting these along the bottom of my clouds that go on the outside. So that's why I did not want to assemble these just yet, so that I can layer these rainbow tickets across the bottom. And then it is a little bit longer than I need, so I'll just trim off that other ticket at the other end. And then I will do the same with the back side so that both sides match. And I thought that this looked really cute with that little ticket booth on the front of the wraparound clouds. So I'm going to add this to the other side. And I was just looking to make sure that it is going to wrap around and create a full rainbow, and I didn't have the two pink sides together. So I think that looks really cute. I'm just kind of lining it up, making sure it's sort of in the right place so it looks like it's continuous all the way around my platform pop-up box. And now I can add my adhesive to the tab that the die creates and line these two up and create my little wraparound. So you want to go ahead and finish that wraparound so you have a full circle around. And then this is just going to slide over the other box. So you can just kind of work it into there and slide it up over the box that you created before. And it will slide all the way to the bottom so that the bottoms are lined up. And then once I have it in place, what I like to do is just slide it up just slightly from the bottom, just enough to get some adhesive in there. And then I'm going to use my really thin adhesive tape and just put a line of adhesive all the way across both sides. And then I can pull that liner paper off and just slide that cloud wraparound back down, and it will get held in place with that tape that's at the bottom. Now I did stamp the little word that says tickets onto my ticket booth, but I stamped it in some manatee ink, hoping it would just be very subtle. As it dried, it did kind of fade away even more than I wanted, but it is still there and you can see it if you really look for it. I'm adding that fun rainbow ticket booth to the front of this platform pop-up, and of course that cute little frog is in there selling tickets. And then I thought it would be fun. The idea behind this card was kind of the amusement park or fair up in the clouds. So it's kind of like dreamland, I guess. So I have that Ferris wheel that I've tucked behind the clouds that are on that front little tab, the little just low hillside of clouds. And then I'm using the little banners from Fly High to decorate the clouds on that big piece. And I just thought this was a really fun idea. So I've put that small banner, it fits perfectly kind of draped across that cloud. And then I'm going to put that larger banner on that one further down, that larger cloud. This is kind of hard to see when you're decorating this inside of a box, so I'm going to try to lay it flat so you can see. I'm adding the hot air balloon up at the top. I added another one of the small banners from Fly High to the front cloud, which kind of balances the color out really nicely. And then I'm using some of the little characters from Really Great Day, not in the Ferris wheel, but I just thought it'd be really fun if they were kind of popping up from behind the clouds. So I have that little bunny peeking out down low, and then I'm going to add this little fox peeking out behind that cloud at the top. And I just thought that was a really cute idea. Now to add some sparkle, I've cut some stars from the Stars and Hearts with Skinny Tag Die from some gold glitter cardstock, and I just thought that this kind of completed that dreamy amusement park look with those glittery stars. So I'm just adding them, little dots of glue kind of all over, hoping you'll see this little one kind of through the Ferris wheel openings, and you can see those different layers in there. I'm also going to add some to the outside of the box as well. I do, of course, still need a sentiment, so I am stamping that sentiment, "Have a really great day," in some Narwhal ink to kind of go with this dreamy look. I didn't want it to be black ink. And then I'm going to trim it down into some small banners with each of these words so that I can kind of scatter it on the front of this platform pop-up and not need to take up a lot of space with the sentiment. So I'm going to cut it into pieces that say "Have a," "Willie," and then "Great Day." So I have 3 little pieces here. And I actually ended up cutting the Great Day apart so that I have 4, and I just figured out how they worked really well on the rest of this front panel. It is going to overlap my ticket booth a little bit, but since that word tickets kind of faded away a little more than I wanted, I didn't really have a problem with that. And then, of course, as I said before, I am going to add some stars to the outside of the box. I also added one little tiny star to the center of the Ferris wheel, which I think was a nice, fun little detail. But I think these stars on the outside just kind of complete the look, and it extends the scene out to the outside of the box. And I'll just use up all these stars that I have, so those last few there, I'm going to flip it over and put them on the back side of this platform pop-up. Just a couple little added extra stars on the back, which I think is really fun. And then here is that completed platform pop-up card. I love this little cloud insert with all those clouds stacked, and I really love this outside piece. I think it would be fun to be used for things other than clouds, so I have a few ideas there. But I just love how this turned out with all those rainbow colors and this amusement park or fair up in the clouds. I just think it's a really cute idea, and I love all those bright colors.
I am just in love with this card, Shari. It is so cute and sweet, and I love how you use pattern paper for all of the fun cloud pieces. And next up, we are going to be recreating a card by Elise, and we're going to be doing some inking on the cloud pieces. But first up, we decided to take an oldie but a goodie, the stamp set Yay Kites, and stamp out some of those really cute poofy clouds. I'm using a light warm gray marker to just line the inside of all of the clouds, and I think that's really pretty. I normally use blue, but the warm gray is going to look really cool with the blue clouds that we're going to be creating later. Now here is the All the Cloud stamp sets, and we're going to be using the smiley faces from these. And I love how Elise kind of changed the smiley face into different positions to make it look like the clouds were looking at each other. It's just so cute and sweet. So we're going to add the smaller smiley face for the smaller clouds. And you could shop your stash. We have smiley faces in a lot of sets, and find the right size for the clouds that you use on your card. Now, these little smiley faces also have these rosy cheeks, so we're stamping this out in some guava ink, and those little rosy cheeks are just so sweet and a fun pop of color on the clouds. Then we're going to use the coordinating dies to die cut all of these clouds, and then we're going to use the Elephant Parade add-on stamp set for some balloons in some fun colors. We'll add some tape runner to the back of the balloons and then add those cute little strings onto them. And now all of our stamped and die cut images are done, so we can start working on the platform pop-up. So just like before, we're going to die cut 2 of the main base pieces. We're also going to be cutting 2 of the T-shaped pieces. We're going to cut the cloud inserts and also the cloud wraparound. And we're going to be inking all of these with the same ink, the Salvage Patina ink, which is really, really pretty for the clouds. And I love that you can do white clouds like we did at the beginning. You can do fun speckled pattern paper like Shari's, or you can add some fun inking to these as well. And the design team did some really cool things for the clouds too, so we'll be showing you that at the end of the video. So now I'm inking the platform pop-up pieces here, and you'll see that it's not totally perfect, and I kind of like that because it gives that airy feel. And I'm just inking the back of the pieces too, because when you make the platform pop-up, you see the little inside edge of those pieces. So I'm just making sure to kind of ink the front and back of everything so that I'll make sure that everything looks nice and cohesive when it's turned into our three-dimensional platform pop-up. So I'm going to ink the wraparound clouds now, and you'll see that I'm starting at the top of all of these clouds so that it's a little bit darker at the top, and then it goes lighter towards the bottom. And then I'm going to ink the inside of these as well, just because they might show when we make the three-dimensional platform. And I just love how these pieces are looking. One color of ink gives a really dynamic look, and by just kind of giving it an uneven texture, I feel like it looks like those airy kinds of clouds. So now we're going to create a platform pop-up just like we've done before. So we're going to fold along all of the score lines that the die gave us on our platform pop-up piece. Then we'll take one of the T-shaped pieces, and we're also going to fold along the score line that the die created on that piece. Next, we're going to take out our 1/4-inch double-sided tape, and we're going to add some to that bottom tab of the main platform pop-up piece and also underneath the score line on the T-shaped piece. Then we can flip over our main piece, and we're going to take the T-shaped piece and flip that over as well, and we're going to add that into the slot on the platform pop-up. Then we'll pull on that T-shaped piece so that it's nice and flush against the edge. Then we can peel up the liner paper and secure the T-shaped piece onto our main platform pop-up base piece. Then we can peel up the liner paper on the next tab there. We're going to fold along that next big fold and press down and secure that in place, creating our three-dimensional platform pop-up piece. We went ahead and did that with the second pieces. So we folded along the lines, we added our tape runner, we added the T-shaped piece in there. Now we're just going to fold up along that second big score line, press down, and now we're going to have two pieces that are identical. The next thing that we need to do is attach these pieces together. So we're going to add some 1/4-inch double-sided tape onto that tab. Then we're going to take these two pieces and we're going to line them up and kind of butt them up against each other so that they're one nice long line. Then we can peel up the liner paper, press down on the tab, and secure those together. Then next, we're going to bring out that cloud insert that I am just in love with, and we're going to be adding that into the center of the platform pop-up. So first we're going to add some of that double-sided tape onto the piece on the left, and then we're going to be adding that double-sided tape to the back of that cloud insert. Then we can peel up that liner paper and we're going to be adding it into the center of the platform pop-up. And once again, one of the easiest ways to line it up is to kind of make your platform pop-up three-dimensional like that so you can really see the edge. And then you're just going to line up the bottom of the cloud with the top part of that three-dimensional piece. And then you can press down and that cloud is in perfect placement. Then we'll peel up the liner paper on the left-hand side and we can fold the whole thing in half, securing that in place. And then we just need to add some 1/4-inch double-sided tape onto that last tab. We can peel up the liner paper and secure the whole platform pop-up. And then we can push up from the bottom and see this super cool design. It's so awesome with that three-dimensional cloud. Now the next thing we need to do is add our smaller cloud insert. So we're going to flip those over and we're going to add some 1/8-inch double-sided tape to the back and bottom of these clouds. Then we can peel up that liner paper and add each of these little clouds onto the T-shaped pieces in the platform pop-up. Now it's time to add our cloud wraparound. So we're going to take those two pieces that we inked earlier and we're going to add some of that 1/4-inch double-sided tape on the outside of the tabs on both of the pieces. Then we're going to fold along all of the score lines that the die created for us on both pieces. Next, we can peel up the liner paper on one of the tabs and we're going to line these two pieces together. And you'll see when you line them up that the cloud is going to form perfectly. So you can just kind of look at that cloud. Once it looks nice, you can press down and secure it in place. Then you can fold the whole thing in half and you'll see how it's going to line up. So we'll peel up the liner paper, then we can fold it in half and secure that. And now we have that kind of circular ring shape that looks like the platform pop-up with the cool cloud design. Then to attach it onto the platform pop-up, we're going to fold the platform pop-up flat and we're going to add some tape runner to that top part of the platform pop-up. And we're going to do that on both sides. So we'll add some tape runner and then we can add it to the other side. And then we're going to add our wraparound. This always reminds me of paper dolls. It's like we're adding a new little outfit onto the platform pop-up. And so we're going to layer that right over and we can just push down. It's going to hit your thumbs and it'll be kind of right in perfect placement on the platform pop-up. And then you can press down to secure it in place and then press up from the bottom. And now we have this really cool three-dimensional cloudy card with this awesome inking on it. Another fun way to get a lot of dimension in platform pop-up cards is to use acetate strips to make it look like some of the pieces are floating. So we're going to be cutting 1/4-inch strips of acetate and we're making them kind of long because then you can kind of see exactly how high you want it to be and you can just trim the pieces down. So we're going to take out those pieces that we stamped and colored and die cut earlier from Yay Kites and also the Elephant Parade add-on. We're going to add some tape runner to the top of these acetate strips and we're going to add some of the clouds and the balloons to these, and it's going to give us a really cool three-dimensional look. So now that we have our acetate pieces ready, we can start adding things into the platform pop-up. So some of these clouds are going to be added directly onto the inserts and some are going to have the acetate. So the first cloud we're going to add to that shorter little guy in the front. And there you can see how my acetate piece is a bit too long, so I just kind of measured to see exactly where it would fit. We trimmed off the excess. You can add some tape runner to the bottom of that and then layer that behind that first cloud insert. And now it looks like we have another cloud floating in the air. And I love love how Elise did this on her card. It's just such a cool card because she just went with the cloud theme, and I think it's amazing. So now we've got a little bit of a longer acetate strip for that bigger cloud, and then we're going to layer that balloon onto the large cloud insert into the center, those 2 balloons. Actually 3 balloons, excuse me. And then we're also going to be layering some of the acetate strips onto the back piece, and that's going to give us some more dimension as well because we'll have 3 layers of the clouds going, and then you can kind of see the balloon there floating behind that big center insert, and I think that's such a cute look. Then we're going to take that little cloud, add a foam square to it, and we're going to layer that onto the cloud wraparound piece so that we also have a cloud even moving further down in the card. Then we're going to work on our sentiment, and the Yay Kite stamp set has a yay in it. So we stamped and die cut that, and it's so cute. And then we're going to take a sentiment from the Fly High stamp set, which says it's your birthday, and we're going to be doing some heat embossing with this. So we're going to prep this with an anti-static powder tool. We're going to stamp the sentiment in some clear watermark embossing ink, and then we're going to sprinkle on our white heat embossing powder and tap off any of the excess. And then we can heat it up with the heat tool and have a nice bright white sentiment on that beautiful Guava Cardstock, which I love that cardstock is going to go along with our pink balloons and also those pink rosy cheeks that we stamped in guava ink earlier on the clouds. Then we'll just trim down around the sentiment with a paper trimmer, and we'll add some foam squares behind that and then layer that onto this card. And I just love the cloud theme with the clouds in the card. It's so cute and sweet. And when you push it from the bottom, I mean, look at that. How adorable is that? I love it so much. It just makes me smile. And I love that you can use these new cloud inserts to make the platform pop up a little bit different. And you can even go back into your stash like we did to an older stamp set like Yay Kites and kind of give it new life with this cool 3-dimensional card. And next up, we have some incredible cards by the design team. These are some of my favorite ever, and they got really creative with these inserts, using them with the platform pop-up and without, and with the coolest stamp sets. And first up, Grace did some beautiful rainbow inking onto her clouds, and then added a little grass line to the bottom of her platform pop-up too, and I love this look. Maureen took the Out of This World stamp set to this awesome cloud platform pop-up and gave it a totally different feel with this outer space theme. I just love it. Yanea had the brilliant idea to trim off the kind of insert part of the larger cloud insert, and she used it as a cool cloud design on her card. And I think this is such a cool way to use a die that was intended for one thing for another thing. It's such a beautiful idea. Callie took the rainbow that's included in the cloud wraparound, but instead of adding it to the wraparound, she put it behind that main cloud insert. And I think this is such a cool look, and the rainbow peeking from behind the clouds is so sweet. Here, I love how Elena went back to an older favorite stamp set with Really High Five and added them in. I love how they're floating away on the balloons, and the trampoline too. It's just so cute and sweet. The clouds inspired Megan to create a really cool magical scene with these awesome unicorn picnic unicorns. I think this is so pretty, and I love how she used acetate strips too. And then here, Audrey was also inspired by using the cloud insert without the platform pop-up, and it really adds this beautiful dimension to her cute card, and how she added those stitched rainbows amongst the stitched clouds is just so pretty. And then this is the card by Grace that inspired us to make ours today. I love those smiling floating clouds all around the card. It's so adorable and so sweet. And then here, this idea by Kara is so much fun. She added our Build a Castle and the dragon and unicorn to make the most magical scene, and I love her purple clouds so much. I love how Mindy layered 2 of the rainbows going into the clouds on the center of the wraparound. It's so pretty, and I love her purple balloons too. And then this card by Lynette also used the awesome idea of using that cloud insert on a card front. It's so cute and sweet and so fun for a baby shower. And then Letitia wrapped the cards up in this cute heart-shaped envelope, and I love that awesome dotted paper for the clouds. It's so pretty. So we cannot wait to see what you guys do with these new platform pop-up add-ons, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!